There are 19 votes in favor of Senator Francis Chis Escudero and 5 votes in favor of Senator Vicente Soto. We will now proceed with the election of the President of the Senate.
Mr. President, I move that Senator Villanueva be recognized for the nomination.
Senator Joel Villanueva is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, Acting Majority Leader. Mr. President, esteemed colleagues, throughout the years, many extraordinary senators have graced this august chamber. With so many courageous, passionate, and committed public servants in this chamber, it is incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to leave a legacy that truly stands apart. But in our long history as an institution, I dare say that Senator Francis Chis Escudero is characterized among those who have left an indelible mark. Our relationship with Senator Escudero dates back during our glory days in the lower house of Congress. At the young age of 28, he rose to represent the District of Sorsogon with distinction, matching and even surpassing the caliber of more seasoned and veteran lawmakers, serving as Deputy Majority Leader and eventually as our Minority Leader. Nung ako po'y isang bagitong kongresista noong 12th Congress, ako po'y tambay doon sa Majority Leader's Office. Noong pong 13th Congress, tambayan ko naman ang Minority Leader's Office sa basement ng North Wing Building sa Kamara de Representantes. Hindi po dahil gusto ko yung amoy ng sigarilyo, kundi dahil parang classroom po na doon ay merong propesor na nagtuturo sa iyo. Tuwing lalabas po ako sa North Wing basement, ganado po ako palagi. Or to say the least, palagi po akong inspired at confident. During those years, Mr. President, I saw Senator Escudero's deep respect for law, his brilliance as a lawyer, his charisma as a leader, and eloquence as a speaker. Hindi na po siya nagsisigarilyo ngayon. Mr. President, they say some people bring out the best in us. For me, that person is Senator Chis. He doesn't just fan the flames, he ignites the fire. Here in the Senate, Senator Escudero has established a legacy that leads with courage, clarity, and an unwavering commitment to public service. In committee work, he has been known to cut through the noise and focus on solutions. Whether in bill and budget deliberations or oversight hearings, his grasp of detail and sense of justice remain uncompromising, Mr. President. Although he assumed the Senate presidency midstream, Senator Escudero did not settle for less. And numbers don't lie. Under his leadership, a historic, Mr. President, a historic 216 laws were passed during the third regular session. This is a proof of his outcome-focused mindset and ability to sometimes micromanage. But the opinion of the Filipino people about the Senate is also an important measure. According to the latest Pulse Asia survey in June, more than half or 53% of those surveyed are satisfied with the Senate's performance, an 8 percentage point increase from 45% in March of 2024. When challenges come, Senator Escudero stands firm, facing them with political maturity and discernment. He even patiently answers endless, repeated questions from our friends from the media, even from his critics, not to grandstand, but to enlighten. During a time when our institution was under attack because of conflicting views on impeachment, he stood his ground and guided the Senate in the right direction. Napakarami pong sinalag ni Senator Escudero para protektahan ang ating minamahal na Senado. Hindi po madaling harapin, Ginoong Pangulo, ang mga mapanghusgang mga komento, masasakit na mga batikos ng ilang mga kritiko, at minsay mga below the belt na pag-aatake, lalo na po sa social media. Pero hinarap niya po ito ng may tapang, subalit, sa paraang mahinahon, matalino, at marespeto. At sa inilabas po na desisyon ng Korte Suprema tungkol sa impeachment, ang tanong, Ginoong Pangulo, hindi pa po ba klaro na tama ang landas kung saan dinala ni Senator Escudero ang buong Senado? Hindi po tayo nagmadali. Hindi rin naman natin inupuan ang impeachment. Subalit, sa isang sama-samang desisyon, binigyang gabay ng ating SP na panatili natin ang moral high ground ng Senado. Sa ganito pong mga pagkakataon ko po nadama ang lubos na pagmamalaki sa ating institusyon, Ginoong Pangulo, at maging lalong proud bilang miyembro ng Senado, ang makagawa ng tamang desisyon para sa ating mga kababayan. In all humility, Mr. President, I can say that when Senator Escudero ran for Vice President in 2016, I could not support him. Because we belong to different parties, Mr. President. When he aimed for Senate presidency, I did not support him then either. Aaminin ko po, Mr. President, wala pong direktang suporta na nakuha sa akin si Senator Escudero sa mga nakaraang laban niya sa politika. So bakit po si Senator Chis Escudero? Dahil bukod po sa hindi nawala ang tiwala niya sa atin, hindi po niya tayo nakalimutang i-mentor, i-challenge, i-inspire. He truly brings out the best in us. Higit sa lahat, klaro po ang mga gusto niyang ma-accomplish. Sa kabila po ng ingay sa politika, ang gusto lang po niya ay work, 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 work. I join his cause and I believe Senator Chis can bring out the very best in the Senate this 20th Congress. Therefore, Mr. President, I nominate the good gentleman from Sorsogon, Senator Francis Chis Escudero, as our Senate President. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
Thank you, Senator Joel Villanueva, the Acting Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, I ask that Senator Gatchalian be recognized for his seconding nomination.
Senator Sherwin Gatchalian is recognized.
Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Noong 19 Congress po, nagkaroon po ako ng pagkakataon at oportunidad na makatrabaho po si Senate President Chis Escudero. At bilang chairman po ng Senate Committee on Ways and Means, ang aming trabaho ay gumawa ng batas para makahanap ng bagong sources of revenue. At dahil po sa kanyang liderato, guidance, at sabi na nga ni Senator Joel, pagpupursige, nakapagpasa ho kami ng 10 batas sa Committee on Ways and Means kung saan makakalikom ang gobyerno ng halos 300 billion in new sources of revenues. Hindi ko makakalimutan nung binabalangkas ho namin yung Create More Law, na isa sa pinakakomplikadong batas na hinawakan po ng Senate Committee on Ways and Means. Merong mga 2, 3, 4 na gabi na pumunta ho siya sa aking tanggapan, umupo doon hanggang hating gabi at hindi ho aalis kung hindi ho matapos yung batas. Kaya po, dahil po sa kanyang pagpupursige, ang Create More Law ay atin na isabatas at ngayon ay pinapatupad po ng ating pamahalaan pang nasyonal. So with that, Mr. President, it is my great honor, it is with great honor to second the nomination of Senate President Chis Escudero.
Thank you, Senator Gatchalian. Acting Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. President, I move that Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa be recognized to second the nomination.
Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, as your attorney, it is my honor to express my profound support for one of the sharpest, most intelligent senators I have ever had the privilege of working with. A real attorney with a heart, Senator Chis Escudero. He whose nomination I have the honor of seconding. So we may call once again him Senate President. I admit that I started as a reluctant supporter of our Senate President, caught up in the whirlwind of events at the time. I gave the kind of support that was almost synonymous with surrender, with raised hands and tear-stained eyes, as if to say, wala na rin akong magagawa. But in the last few months of the 19th Congress, he showed us how his steady hand and calm voice shielded the Senate from anything that gets in the way of our sworn duty to the people, from any threat to our mandate. Whether or not it is a coincidence that Escudero means shield bearer, I do not know. But of this, I am sure, Senator Cheese has more than lived up to his name, safeguarding the Senate. In Senate President Escudero, we find exactly a leader who stands firmly at the forefront, ensuring that amid political fires, the Senate remains to be a body of still water that runs deep, reflective of the views and interests of the people. However, unlike a cold metal shield, his leadership warms our heart. With his almost transcendental adeptness, he comes up with a compassionate solution that works for all parties, especially for the Filipino people. And now, as I offer my support, once again, it is no longer an act of defeat or surrender. No longer to say, wala akong magagawa. Instead, it is one of conviction. We are making the right decision. The shield-bearer leader with a heart is the right choice. Maraming salamat, Mr. President, and I look forward to all that we shall accomplish in the 20th Congress.
Thank you, Senator Bato de la Rosa, the acting majority leader.
Yes, Mr. President, I move that Senator Raffy Tulfo be recognized to second the demonstration.
Senator Raffy Tulfo is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. My dear colleagues, today I rise not just to nominate a leader, but to honor a legacy of service and unwavering commitment to the Filipino people. I proudly support the nomination of Senator Francis Cheese Escudero. More than anything, his experience and record in public service speaks for itself. From his early days as one of the youngest lawmakers in Congress to his role as Senate President during the 20th Congress, Senator Escudero has consistently championed legislation that uplifts lives. Under his leadership, the Senate passed key measures that strengthen our sovereignty, boost our economy, and protect our most vulnerable. But beyond the bills and titles, Senator Escudero brings leadership with heart. Matibay na puso ang kailangan upang pagtagpuin ang 23 magkakaiba na opinyon dito sa Senado. At ibalanse ang mga ito sa direksyon na nais tahakin ng ehekutibo. He may have faced criticism for some decision taken as Senate President, but he made sure that those decisions were backed by sound reason and solid legal basis. As a leader, he was able to handle 23 hard-headed and strong-willed individuals with 23 different advocacies and opinions. Kaya naman, malaki ng respeto ko sa trabaho ng isang Senate President. So today, with full confidence in his ability to lead, to listen, and to deliver, I nominate Senator Francis Cheese Escudero because our nation deserves nothing less. Thank you.
Mr. President, there are no other nominations. I therefore move that we close the period of nomination and proceed to vote for the position of the President of the Senate.
Is there any second? Senator Alan Peter? Is there any objection? There being none, the motion is approved. We shall now proceed to vote.
Roll call vote, the Honorable Senator Aquino, Senator Cayetano Alan, Senator Cayetano Pia, Senator De La Rosa, Senator Escudero, Senator Ejercito, Senator Estrada,
Escudero.
Senator Gatchalian, Senator Go, Senator Hontiveros, Senator Lacson, Senator Lapid, Senator Legarda, Senator Marcoleta, Senator Marcos,
What is the vote?
Escudero.
Hina.
Escudero.
Ba't mahina?
Senator Padilla, Senator Pangilinan,
And I'd like to explain my vote after the voting.
Senator Soto, Senator Tulfo Erwin, Senator Tulfo Rafi, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Camille, Senator Villar Mark, Senator Zubiri, Lapid Escudero, ha?
There are 19 votes in favor of Senator Francis Chis Escudero and 5 votes in favor of Senator Vicente Soto. Senator Francis Chis Escudero is therefore elected President of the Senate. We will now proceed with the oath taking. Considering the solemnity of the occasion, may we ask the members of the Senate and our guests to please stand. The Honorable Senator Pia Cayetano will administer the oath to the Senate President-elect.
Senator Escudero, please raise your right hand and follow after me. I state your name,
I, Francis Chis G. Escudero,
having been elected to the position of,
having been elected to the position of Senate President,
do hereby solemnly swear
do hereby solemnly swear
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
that I will well and faithfully discharge,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
the duties of my present position,
the duties of my present position,
and of all other I may hereafter
and of all others I may hereafter
hold under the Republic of the Philippines,
hold under the Republic of the Philippines,
that I will support
that I will support
and defend the Constitution of the Philippines,
and defend the Constitution of the Philippines,
that I will obey the laws,
that I will obey the laws,
legal orders and decrees
legal orders and decrees
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities,
promulgated by the duly constituted authorities,
and maintain true faith and allegiance
and maintain true faith and allegiance
to the Republic of the Philippines,
to the Republic of the Philippines,
and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily
and that I impose this obligation upon myself voluntarily,
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
We are ready to hear the address of the Senate President.
Bago ako magsimula, nais ko magpasalamat sa aking mga kasamahan sa patuloy po ninyong paniniwala at pagtitiwala. Esteemed members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Cabinet, my dear colleagues in the Senate, both past and present, my fellow workers in government, mga minamahal kong kababayan. Diyos marhay na aga sa Saindo Gabos. Good morning. As we open the 20th Congress of the Republic of the Philippines, allow me to begin, as I do every morning, with a prayer for serenity. If you're familiar with it, kindly bear with me. Lord, grant us the serenity to accept with patience the things we cannot change. Grant us the courage to change the things that we can, and most importantly, grant us the wisdom to know the difference. These words have comforted me all of my life, especially now, as we enter another turbulent chapter in our nation's history. These words also offer clarity in times of confusion and calm in moments of crisis. Of late, there seems to be no shortage of either. It seems our days are full of contention and conflict, issues that divide, politics that polarize, and partisanship that distracts us from our work. Some will say we are a divided nation and that this is reflected even in our chamber. To this I say, in a democracy, disagreement is not division, and that debate is not synonymous with dysfunction. On the contrary, I believe that disagreements, debates, and disputes are evidence that our democracy is alive and well. For as history has shown us, democracy does not wither from too much debate. Rather, it dies from too little. In our line of work, we should not and cannot take things personally, especially in the age of social media, where every citizen has a platform in the palm of his or her hands. We should not and cannot respond to every comment. We should rise above any anger, resentment, and bitterness we may have. We should move on. We should move forward, and we must continue to do our job. We are here to serve our people, guided by our conscience, driven by our conviction, and emboldened by courage. We should not and cannot bow to a mob. We will not be cowed by the shrillest of voices. We will stand up for what is right, what is just, and what is consistent with the rule of law and our Constitution. That we disagree does not mean that you are right and I am wrong, or that I am right and you are wrong. After all, nobody has a monopoly of good ideas, intentions, and plans for our country, nor does anyone have a monopoly for love of our country. Just because I am not on your side does not necessarily mean I am on the wrong side. Let history be the judge of that, for hindsight is always 20/20. We are the nation's conscience, and it's the final check of abuse and tyranny of the so-called majority at times, unyielding to threats, unmoved by noise, and unafraid to say no if it is the right thing to do. And let me make one more thing clear, though. Yes, I may hold the gavel. I may preside over sessions, issue orders, and signal the start and end of debates. But this Senate is not mine alone to lead. The direction we will take will never be determined by a single hand, much less my hand, but by 24 heads, each with a mandate, each with a mind, each with a voice that matters. This is a collective body, and its strength lies in the balance, not in the banging of that gavel. While we come from different provinces, parties, and pasts, I have no doubt this Senate shall prevail despite the issues that have come to divide us. We have overcome them before, and we shall overcome these again. Throughout history, humanity has thrived on the rich tapestry of diverse perspectives, each contributing a unique thread to the fabric of our society. It is this mosaic of voices that brings innovation, progress, and understanding. No one perspective holds all the answers, and it is precisely in our differences that we should find strength. We must cherish diversity of thought and approach it with humility. We are part of an ever-evolving conversation where every voice should matter, where dialogue leads to discovery, and where disagreement can be just a stepping stone to deeper comprehension. Let us open our minds, listen actively, and learn from one another. Ang mga pagkakaiba po natin ay hindi sagabal. Bagkos ito ang nagbibigay saysay sa ating mga deliberasyon. And in the 20th Congress, as in those before it, there will be many deliberations and discussions, some more contentious than others. In these moments, I pray we choose to listen more, not to shout louder, to disagree without being disagreeable, to always be respectful and to respect each other's opinion, to speak not to score political points, but to make a point, and to debate not to destroy each other, but to build the nation together. At the end of the day, we must work together to find common ground and common cause, to find common solutions to our common problems. Hiling at panawagan ko po sa aking mga kapwa senador, magtrabaho po tayo sa kabila ng ingay ng politika sa ating kapaligiran. Dahil lahat tayo ay nasa iisang bangka lamang, at iisang direksyon lamang ang ating tinatahak. Tungo sana sa pagkamit ng mga pangarap, hangarin, mithiin at layunin ng ating mga kababayan. Every day, the Filipino people look to the Senate to come up with solutions that will improve their lives, address their needs, and bring their aspirations within reach. First, to put food on their tables, roofs on their heads, and sufficient paychecks in their pockets. To lower the cost of living so that each family may live comfortably and humanely. To open doors of opportunity, providing meaningful jobs and support to small businesses. To support the farmers who feed our people yet cannot feed their own. To write a national syllabus that will truly educate our children and prepare them for the future. To provide a healthcare system that treats the sick without bankrupting their families. To install a safety net for those who fall through the cracks and enable them to rise again. To safeguard our streets from the influence of drugs and crime, protect our rights, and ensure that justice is accessible and served swiftly and fairly for all. To defend our borders, secure our seas, and uphold our sovereignty while maintaining cordial relations with other nations. To protect our environment, adapt to climate change, and shield our people from the ravages of natural disasters. To fight graft and corruption, restore dignity and efficiency in public service, and reform our politics. And last but not the least, to lay the foundations, both physical and legal, that will ensure that every Filipino partakes in the bounty of development. Ultimately, every act we take, every law we make, must pass a single test. Makakatulong ba ito sa ordinaryong Pilipino? This is our duty. This is our mandate. At inuulit ko po, magtrabaho tayo. My dear colleagues, noong nagdaang halalan, iba't ibang kulay ang dinala natin. Pula, asul, dilaw, berde, puti, kahel o rosas. But as we all know, the elections are over and the last ballot has been counted. For the sake of our people, it is time we trade the colors of our campaigns for the colors of our country. In place of the colors that divide us, let us embrace the colors that truly matter, the colors that define who we are as a nation, the colors on the flag that hangs before us. Asul, sagisag ng lahing Pilipino na kakaiba sa ibang mga lahi, may dangal, may paninindigan, at hindi kailanman papalupig. Puti, sagisag ng pagkakapantay-pantay ng bawat Pilipino at katarungan para sa lahat. Dilaw na araw at mga bituin, sumasagisag sa mga mataas na mithiin, hangarin, at layunin ng ating mga kababayan at pag-asa na dala ng bawat bukas. Pula, sagisag sa ating kahandaang hindi lamang mamatay, kung kinakailangan lumaban at pumatay, alang-alang sa kalayaan at kasarinlan ng ating bayan. Our flag has endured war and occupation, dictatorship and disaster, revolution and crisis, and still it continues to fly in the hearts and minds of our people. It stands before us now, not as a mere symbol, but a solemn reminder of the country that we serve, the people we represent, and the duty we have sworn to fulfill. Isa siyang paalala, hindi tayo nandito para sa sarili nating interes o interes ng isang partido o individual. Isa po siyang paalala na nandito tayo para maglingkod, buong dangal, buong puso, at buong katapatan para sa ating minamahal na inang bayan. Let us carry out this collective duty with humility, integrity, and purpose as we begin this new chapter of the Senate together. Isa pong malaking karangalan para sa akin ang makausap po kayo sa umagang ito at manilbihang muli bilang tagapangulo ng Senado sa okasyon ng pagbubukas ng ika-20 Kongreso. Sa muli po, magandang umaga at naway pagpalain po ng Diyos ang ating bansa at ang sambayanang Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.